around here anyway. You know? They never stop to ask themselves, what else is in me? And that's why I do it. That's why I ask that question. What else is in you?
It's not what it's going to be, but it's not what it used to be. Until you can clap for the seedling, you will never see the tree.
No more distractions. The older we get, the more we realize we're not going to be here forever. Life is flying by. When you realize how fast time is going, it should bring a sense of urgency, a sense of focus. Your assignment has an expiration date. Your time on this earth is not unlimited.
It's not the blowing of the wind that determines your fortune. It's the set of the sail. With a couple of little things about setting the sail of your thinking that might drastically give you multiplied more benefit the next 3 years than you've gotten in the last 3. So it's not what happens. What happens to everybody.
This is a time for you to look at your life, look at where you want to go, look at what you want to do. Let me warn you, don't look at where you are. Don't spend time talking about what has happened to you. Hold a vision of yourself being successful in the future with whatever you do. That's what you want to do, because your thoughts have magnetic power. Where focus goes, energy, persistence, and determination flows.
You still got work to do. Stay on that basketball court. Stay on that football field. Fuck all the homies texting and calling and trying to make you feel bad about being so focused. It's grind season, homie. It's not about today. It's about the future. You do the work now, and all of the shit that you could ever want to do for your family, your kids, your loved ones, it's all going to be on a whole nother stratosphere.
The trick is to make the decision, give it everything we've got, and stay with it until one of two things happen. One, you decide you've definitely made the right decision, or two, that you've made the wrong decision. If it's the second, you've just got to try again. But behind your decision, remind yourself that it's better to be outstanding at one thing than to be mediocre in a dozen or so.
Take a brave look at your life. Look at your life right now where it is. As you begin to look out on the future, look out on this year, let's take personal inventory. What has brought you here? As you begin to look at the things that took place this past year, did you get out of it what you wanted? Did you achieve the goals that you set out to achieve? Are there any people that might be some dead weight that you need to think about unloading?
We fight too many battles that don't matter. They're talking about me, I'm gonna go straighten them out. After you straighten them out, someone else will start talking. Nobody talks about people that aren't doing anything. Nobody tries to discredit someone that doesn't have any influence. The reason they're talking about you is because you're a difference maker. You're a world changer.
Successful people use no's as a reason to come back stronger, to hit harder, all right, and to be more creative. That's what they do with it. That's why they come back harder, because they've heard a bunch of no's. The people who admire, who you look up to, who you've heard about, a lot of these people have heard no's multiple times, and they've had to come back and reinvent themselves and discover new energy. That's the value of a no. It opens up more doors than yeses.
You have to find a dream that's so big that it overwhelms all of your fears and causes you to never give up. Now, you're going to think about quitting no matter what you do. I mean, I've thought about it many times. But I always dreamed of buying my mother and father a real house.
So the key is part-time. The magic and the attraction of part-time gives you a classic invitation for somebody to listen to what you're doing that's changing your life. And it's not just necessarily the money that changes your life. It's what you do with the money. It's the change of lifestyle.
So it's critical that you upgrade identity with your new visions and goals. You need to stop what's no longer needed. In other words, there were behaviors and thoughts you've had in the past that were needed to produce the results you currently have. But you need to stop what's no longer needed. Maybe you're continuing a behavior in your life that's no longer needed, or a worry that at one time was needed but no longer is.
you can live a larger life. Don't just focus on what's going on now. Don't focus on what you have lost. Don't focus on you've lost your job or been evicted or been foreclosed on. Focus on where you are going to a new life, that God is going to do a new thing with you. How? I don't know. How is none of your business. You do what you can do, God will do what you can't do.
Change the thoughts, beliefs, concepts, and value we hold to ourselves. I'm telling you, the old... Changing the external conditions of your life is changing that internal thermostat setting. Just being aware that you need to alter the thermostat is a life-changing, liberating condition.
In what you've done with your life thus far, is it giving you what you want? When you look toward the future, when you look at all that's going on out here, is there some place within yourself you say, hey, I know I need to be out there in that arena. I know I can do more than what I've been doing. Is that something that you begin to look at within yourself?
Narrow is the gate, and broad is the way, but it leads to destruction. Small is the gate, and narrow is the way, but it leads to life. Don't focus on the narrow, narrow the focus.
What I discovered about focusing in on a goal, that the moment that you focus in on what you want to do, that's when you begin to have energy to do it. A distracted person lacks energy. And when they get to the thing they need to be focusing in on, they don't have the energy to give.
We need to face the fact that in the world of tomorrow, jobs as we know them today will be radically different or eliminated entirely. So then, what can we do about it? We can learn. If we refuse to learn, if we insist upon acting like machines, we will find ourselves idle tomorrow.
Learn to work with the people who deserve it, not the people who need it. You must be like life itself. Respond to deserve, not to need. It doesn't say if you need a harvest, you'll have a harvest. It's not what it says. It says if you plant, chances are good you'll have a harvest. If you plant, you will reap. Not if you need, you will reap.
There are people who won't help you because they know too much about you. And that vision they have of you, they can't see you doing better. They can't see you achieving and living a larger life. And that's okay. full-time job convincing yourself. Somebody asked me, what's the most difficult thing that you've done? I said, the most difficult thing I've ever done, and it took me years to do it, was to believe that I could do it.
Regulating your sleep and your breakfast eating habits in particular can be a very effective way of regulating your mood and increasing your capacity to concentrate. Regulate your habits. Try to get up at approximately the same time each morning. Your circadian rhythms operate more fluidly, and your mood is likely to be regulated better if there's islands of stability in your daily routines.